See Margot, so life Margot. Pearl passed out immediately. Pearl always believed she was too pretty to settle for less, but beauty, they say, can be both a gift and a curse. Pearl grew up in a middle-class family in Enugu State. Her parents weren't rich, but they were comfortable enough to provide the basics. She was the first child with two younger siblings, Caleb and Joanna, who looked up to her like a star. Pearl was in her second year at the university. She was the prettiest girl in her department. Everyone said it. Her smooth skin, hourglass body, and confident walk made her stand out. Anywhere she went, the boys couldn't stop talking about her. But Pearl never really paid them any attention. Please, she would tell her best friend, Anna, I don't need all these small boys. They can't afford me. I'm too expensive. Pearl loved fashion so much. She always wore the latest clothes, carried designer bags, and never stepped out without her makeup perfectly done. Some girls admired her, while others said she was too proud. But Pearl didn't care. In her mind, she deserved the best. Every weekend, while other students were studying or resting, Pearl was out at clubs and high-profile parties around town. Sometimes she tried to convince Anna to join her, but Anna was quiet and preferred staying indoors. So most nights, Pearl went alone, shining bright like a star she was. It was during one of Pearl's regular club nights that she met Felix, a tall, handsome young man with an expensive smile. From the moment he saw her, he couldn't take his eyes off her. He walked up to her confidently and told her, "You are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." Pearl laughed and pretended not to be interested. She was used to attention from men, so she tried to play hard to get. But Felix was persistent. He started spoiling her with money and gifts, the latest iPhone, a new iPad, luxury wigs, and designer handbags. Instantly, Pearl fell in love with him. She didn't know much about Felix, not what he did for a living or where his money came from. But she didn't care. She was in love with the lifestyle, the attention, and the way people looked at her when she walked into class with something new. Soon, Felix started taking her on weekend trips and vacations. Pearl began skipping lectures just to be with him. She would take pictures of fancy hotels, expensive meals, and beautiful places they visited, posting them online with glowing captions. Her followers flooded the comments with heart emojis and praise, calling her soft life queen, pretty babe, and lucky girl. After some time, Pearl told Felix one evening, "Baby, I can't stay in that hostel anymore. The environment isn't good for my skin." Felix, who was already madly in love with her, didn't even think twice. Within a week, he rented a beautiful apartment close to Pearl's university. He furnished it with new furniture, curtains, and a big flat-screen TV. Pearl was so happy. She called Anna and said, "Babes, pack your things, we are moving." Life was so good. Pearl woke up in luxury every day, with no hostel stress, no noisy roommates, just soft life. But for Pearl, nothing was ever enough. Even with everything Felix did, she still gave out her contacts to other men behind his back. When Felix found out, he was heartbroken. He confronted her, asking her, "Pearl, why would you do this to me?" She smiled and said calmly, "They are just my friends, nothing more." But in truth, there was more. Anna tried to talk to her. She said, "Pearl, this isn't right. After all Felix has done for you, you are still cheating." Pearl rolled her eyes and said, "Please, Anna, I can't put all my eggs in one basket. Who knows? I might meet a richer guy tomorrow." She continued demanding expensive things from Felix, new phones, more wigs, until one day, Felix ran out of money. "Pearl, please, be patient," he begged her. "I will cash out soon." But Pearl wasn't having it. She looked at him and said coldly, "I can't have anything to do with a broke boy. It's over between us, and don't ever try calling me on phone." Anna begged her not to end things with Felix, but Pearl refused. Her mind was made up. Days later, as Pearl and Anna were returning from lectures, her phone rang. It was her mother. "Pearl, don't forget your cousin's wedding, oh, next Saturday," her mom reminded her. "I didn't forget, Mom," Pearl said with a small smile before ending the call. She turned to Anna and sighed. "I don't really like going to Enugu. The men there are not in my class." Anna chuckled. "You and this your class again, Pearl. Just go and represent your family." Pearl laughed, then held Anna's hand. "Please come with me," she begged. "At least if you are there, I won't be bored." Anna hesitated for a moment, then smiled. "Fine, I will go with you." The week ran by quickly. Before they knew it, Pearl and Anna had arrived in Enugu. The city was bright and lively, filled with the usual wedding buzz. That morning, the girls spent hours dressing up, makeup, perfume, jewelry, everything had to be perfect. When they got to the venue, the hall was already filled with dignitaries and important people. The decorations sparkled, the band was playing high life music, and cameras were flashing everywhere. Then Pearl walked in, head stunned immediately. She looked breathtaking. Her dress hugged her body perfectly. Her skin glowed, and her confidence filled the room. She sat down, crossing her legs, glancing around proudly, while nodding to the rhythm of the music. The wedding was almost over when Pearl decided to step outside and take some pictures. As she walked out, the evening sun touched her face, and just then, her eyes met those of a man standing by the parking lot. He was tall, probably in his early 50s, dressed in a